Part of this training includes the time-proven concepts of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over the enlisted heroes walk. They will lead the way for the thousands of airmen that will follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant James Mitchell, Military Training Instructor, 320th Training Squadron. Colonel Yates will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Seven 37th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence Streamer. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to the 323rd Training Squadron, Flight 265, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 4 February 2019 through 29 March 2019. Signed, Jason Carruthers, Colonel, United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen passing in review today represent a portion of the 40,000 recruits who will complete basic military training this year. The 737th Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest Air Force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. The flights you will view today are a representation of the enlisted force. Each flight represents an enlisted member of the Air Force who has embodied our core values and contributed to its heritage. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. The airmen recognized on the pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Air Force in armed conflict, including present-day operations in Afghanistan. They include 8 Medals of Honor, 27 Air Force Crosses, and 188 Silver Stars, awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. Armed with this knowledge of our past, the airmen will exit the Heroes Walk by marching over a blue line, signifying their accession into the greatest air power in the world. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, Murray Flight, from the 321st Training Squadron, performing today under the direction of Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, hometown Stratford, Connecticut. These airmen are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now passing in review, our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant James Mitchell, Military Training Instructor, 320th Training Squadron, hometown, Wayland, Michigan. From the 321st Training Squadron, the Drum and Bugle Corps, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 14, Murray Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Gabrielle Nowicki, hometown, Oxnard, California, and Technical Sergeant Russell Elliott, hometown, Wichita Falls, Texas. The A Squadron Commander is Master Sergeant Oralia Buenrostro Aguirre, Military Training Instructor, 319th Training Squadron, hometown, Juarez, Mexico. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 6, McCoy Flight, led by Staff Sergeant Jason Seaton, hometown, Jacksonville, Texas. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 7, Andrews Flight, led by Master Sergeant Megan Johnson, hometown, Las Vegas, Nevada. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 8, Parish Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Renner, hometown, Crown City, Ohio. From the 320th Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 10, Fingston Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Sherry Boswell, hometown, La Habra, California. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 1, Erie Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Byron Price, hometown, Virginia Beach, Virginia. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 18, Wright Flight, led by Master Sergeant Joshua Hinsey, hometown, Needville, Texas. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 4, Barnes Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Dominic Winsett, hometown, Marion, Indiana. The squadron selected as a color guard is from the 319th Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Robert Cody, hometown, San Angelo, Texas. The flights selected to carry our state and territorial flags are from the 321st Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 12, Benkin Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Jeremy Chedd, hometown, Tucson, Arizona, and Technical Sergeant Angel Garcia, hometown, Honolulu, Hawaii. The B Squadron Commander is Technical Sergeant Michael Galindo, Military Training Instructor, 324th Training Squadron, hometown, Schertz, Texas. From the 322nd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 5, Gaylor Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Sean Williford, hometown, Elmendorf, Texas. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing an Air Force Combat Action Medal recipient, Blue Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Luis Velasquez, hometown, Danville, Arkansas. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 16, Roy Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Vanessa Gomez Alvarez, hometown, San Diego, California. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, number 17, Cody Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Perez, hometown, Springfield, Virginia. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing a Medal of Honor recipient, Matthews Flight, led by Master Sergeant David Morgan, hometown, Haleyville, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Over the last 8.5 weeks, the airmen before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 118 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 Air Force bases around the world or work directly with our sister services. As these airmen move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the Air Force. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining home station readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military, and an even smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be proud of their accomplishments thus far. The airmen before you have reached a milestone in their Air Force journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force and will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our squadron undergraduates as well as their families. Basic military training undergraduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these airmen displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank the families and friends who are here in support of the airmen graduating today. Your words of encouragement help motivate these airmen through 8.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America's airmen for the support our airmen and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Chief Master Sergeant Cornelius will now come forward and address our graduated airmen.
Good morning. You know, all I can think of is I'm sitting here and I'm looking out over this crowd and I'm looking at the men and women here, the flag flying in the background, listening to the sound of air power as it flies overhead. And I keep thinking, what a great day to be an American.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd just like to say thank you to the men and women of the 37th Training Wing for inviting us to come down and be a part of such a momentous occasion. It is truly an honor. And to the families in attendance, thank you for coming out, and know that without your continued support and dedication, none of this would be possible. And as a fellow proud parent, trust me when I say that I understand, and I wouldn't have missed this for the world either. But now to the fun part. Airmen, congratulations. You know, as I look out over these parade grounds, it is in a word, inspiring. But yet as I stand here, it's all very surreal. Because you see, 26 years ago, I stood on these very parade grounds where you stand right now. And know that that same feeling, all these years later, that pride, that dedication, and that feeling that you have in the pit of your stomach, I still have that same feeling too. Because these hallowed grounds are the ties that bind every enlisted airman, past, present, and future. And that is a feeling that you are never going to forget. A few weeks ago, each of you entered basic training as civilians. You came from different walks of life and different backgrounds. But through intense teamwork and dedication, and probably a little bit of encouragement from your instructors, you have persevered. You have endured. And in a very short while, you will march across these grounds and you will graduate and you will earn the right to be called airman. And know that that is a distinction that can never be taken away from you. One of my great mentors used to ask me, "Chief, what do you believe in?" I believe that we are in uncertain times. And I believe that uncertain times call for creative and innovative ways to solve the problems at hand. I believe in America. I believe in our way of life. But most important,